Okay. Um, Welcome in. Let's make sure that I'm microphone going through the microphone and not through anything else. I hope I am. Um,
Should be.
let's check my sound settings as I'm doing this. I just realized my microphone should be. Yep, and it is the toner. Okay. So anyway, welcome, Acers. Tonight I have a special guest with me, my daughter Klara, who's
Aloha.
just getting over
I'm just getting over a
cold or
There's
something.
getting some coughs and sniffles from me.
But we can scooch a little
Yes,
closer if you want. I mean, this is what forced perspective is. See, look how. See.
I mean, I'm still gonna be little next to you because
Yes, you are.
I'm a petite little thing.
But anyway, so for those of you who haven't seen her yet, this is my daughter Klara. She's 16, and no, she's not available. But
Available to befriend? Yes. Date? Please no. We're in the moving process. I don't need romance to add to my problems.
Yeah, we are in the moving process, hence the pretty much naked room you see behind us. Now, I do have to give a shout out to my friend Joey and my new friends Paul and Tom, who became friends a couple weeks ago when I bought this shirt from them. Yes, this is Freakazoid. Freakazoid is cool.
And we got a Freakazoo too.
Yeah, we got the Freakazoo. I got the Freakazoo right here.
Freakazoo.
It is a Freakazoo. See? Freakazoo. Yep, Kazoo is about.
Highly recommend Freakazoid. It's a great series.
It really is. And actually, Freakazoid is an interesting character.
That's actually a great segue into talking about characters.
Let's talk about characters.
Let's talk about Freakazoid.
So let's start with Freakazoid.
Yeah, let's start with I don't know a good way to describe Freakazoid.
Well,
zany. There you go.
Zany, yeah. And I mean, apparently there was some other dude about the same time who came out with a character that looked a lot like Freakazoid, or Freakazoid looked a lot like him. I can't remember. There's a little bit of a lawsuit, but
Freakazoid's Freakazoid.
But Freakazoid is still, to me, kind of completely zany and different. And I didn't actually get introduced to Freakazoid until much later because I was serving my mission at the time Freakazoid came out. So I guess I should probably be closer to the mic. Anyway, I was serving my mission at the time Freakazoid came out, and I didn't really get a chance to catch him much. He premiered on the WB network at the time. That's
the
still
Weird Butt Network.
And they went through some good ones in one of the episodes of what does it mean? Wimpy boy, weird butt. And so it became the Weird Butt Network to Freakazoid. But
2 million out of 10 would recommend.
Yes. It's definitely one of the funniest things out there. So what makes Freakazoid an interesting character is that he's not perfect. As a matter of fact, he's insane.
Yes.
And that's part of what makes him fun.
You could say he's quite crazy.
Yes, you could. I mean, like, the fact that Freakazoid can't fly.
He can't. He can go really fast, but he forgets that all the time.
Like, I mean, he kind of lightning bolt flies in the very first episode when they were trying to kind of figure him out.
He goes boing.
But he
boing,
drew on
boing,
a lot of
at like zoom speeds.
He drew on a lot of old Looney Tunes stuff too. Like, there's a really old Looney Tunes character that was the Mad Bomber that they reworked into Jeepers. But anyway, I'm trying to focus a little bit. Yeah, Jeepers.
Jeepers!
Would you like to see something strange and mysterious?
Yeah, golden
Jeez, Jeepers!
He's a golden beaver guy.
Yeah, he turns beavers into gold with his magical pocket watch.
Yes.
But the character for that, you can find in an old Porky Pig episode, like from 1932.
Yeah.
Or 33, something like that. You know, it's
something.
1930s. It's like season 2 on. If you have HBO Max, you can watch all the Looney Tunes stuff, and it's quite fun. I'm working my way through the back catalog.
Gosh dang it!
No, ignore the dog in the background. She's just being
throwing
a
a
girl.
temper tantrum.
Anyway, but what makes Freakazoid good is, 1, he's crazy. 2, he is not completely controllable. Dexter Douglas can't just say freak out anytime he wants to and just get freakazoid. Sometimes, especially as part of some of the stories, he kind of loses control over when he can freak out. But when he says freak out, he turns into freakazoid. So, I mean, spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen it yet, then chances are that's a lot of you. There's Dexter Douglas is a 16-year-old boy. And we learn it from the theme song that he's a nerd computer race. And then we learn from his Freakazoid origin episodes which is presented by Jack Valenti and his cheeks. And he does that in the episode. But we find out that it was a play on Pentium, but it wasn't Pentium chip. It was the Pinnacle chip or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was made by the evil Gutierrez, who was voice acted by Ricardo Montalban himself. And Ricardo Montalban,
he played.
It was, of course, Khan.
Yeah.
And so basically, Gutierrez is Khan.
Yes.
And there's a point where he throws Roddy McStew, who was played by Craig Ferguson, who's a really funny Scottish actor, and he had one of the night shows for a while. But he has Roddy McStew thrown out of the window when he reveals that the Pinnacle chip has got a flaw in it, and you have to type in a certain sequence of things randomly, and then hit delete, and it'll zap you into cyberspace, and you learn all the information in the internet.
That's why Freakazoid's crazy.
Yeah, all that information dumped into his brain that fast. Yeah. And the thing is that it's, of course, brought about by the fat mega chonker cat that Dexter has, who walks over his keyboard as he's chasing a butterfly or something. Yeah. And
it was a moth.
Or a moth. And then Dexter hits delete, and into the computer he goes, and he becomes Freakazoid. Yeah. But there's so many things. I mean, Freakazoid has this perfect dry sense of humor. And I'm like, when he goes up against Candlejack, who you're not supposed to say his name or else he can come and get you. And Candlejack's like passive aggressive.
They're so mean to each other.
He's so mean. It's funny. Of course, one of my favorites. Not a very bright group, are they? He like breaks the fourth wall. Yeah. So anyway, Candlejack's really funny like that. And of course they just kind of The Lobe is great, played by David Warner. There's a villain in there played by Tim Curry.
Wait, which villain?
I can't remember.
Oh, no, that makes me want to watch Freakazoid.
Yeah, we gotta watch the rest of it. I've seen it, but
we've seen all of it multiple times. It's just a moment of.
But this Hawaiian shirt with Freakazoid on it is actually very apropos because hula girls.
And one more time, just for kicks and giggles. Hula girls.
And yeah, it's just a really funny, good Warner Brothers piece that actually kind of was directed. I mean, the very first episode has one of my favorite villains of all time, Cave Guy.
Not caveman, Cave Guy.
He's a big, strong guy, terror that wears a loincloth, as the announcer says.
He's also very intelligent.
And he stops and goes, this big, burly-chested caveman guy that's ripping light poles out of the ground and smacking police cars with it. And he's like, ah. And then the announcer says, highly intelligent. Yep. And he stops and goes, I subscribe to the New Yorker. Ha ha. Ha ha. And so he's just, he's great. He's one of the best villains that I've ever seen. And also it makes reference to some of Tom Roeder's other properties, like when he did Batman the Animated Series. So they're like that hero who could stop Cave Guy is on another network, because Batman the Animated Series is still going strong on Fox.
Highly recommend that. That's just a great animated series.
But yeah, Tom, who created Freakazoid, also created before that Animaniacs, Batman the Animated Series, Tiny Toon Adventures. He also went on to create Hysteria, and I mean, he's just he's such a nice guy. Mm-hmm. So and Klara and I got to both meet him, and my son got to meet him again, got to see him a couple times, and they were just so cool. I mean, I am looking forward to staying in contact with them the best I can. And Animaniacast is the podcast that has them all on it, and it's really a cool thing. Now, I still haven't figured out how to turn the audio stream from this, how to like put it on a separate track so that I can put it out as a podcast. I'd love to do that.
But just use Anchor.
Can Anchor strip audio from videos?
Well, you can just like,
or
you can just like pull Anchor up on a whole other tab.
Can I record that while I'm recording this?
I think so. I can find out.
We'll have to screw around with it because
we'll burn that bridge when we get
it'd
there.
Be fun to have this put out as a podcast that you could listen to and know that. Yeah, I'm absolutely as crazy as you think I am.
Yes, so, he is. Can confirm. I've been living with him for 16 years.
Yep, there you go. So, characters.
I make too many of them.
Yeah, you do. But hey, that's okay. That's your thing. You enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I really like it. Especially the stories you can come up with with a buttload of characters.
So, and that's what makes characters is stories. That's what makes
stories
people
come out of
interesting.
Characters.
And stories happen because of characters.
Yeah.
When you have when you have when you have events, two things make it a story. One, are characters involved in the event, so that the event has to be happening to someone.
Yes, it does.
And two, it has to mean something to them.
Yeah.
So I would throw in that meaning thing that it means something that they succeeded, because think about it. If the character succeeds without a struggle,
it's boring. It doesn't feel like a real story.
I mean, if you're doing it for comedic value, that's one thing.
For comedic value, like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
He defeats everybody in one punch. And the entire series is just all these villains trying to take him down. And he's just like, I can take him down in one hit. He wants to find someone who can hit back.
So that's
why if someone said, okay, Goku versus One Punch Man. No. The thing is, they would fight each other so much and gain respect. Because One Punch Man would be like, I have found someone who can beat me. Finally! I found someone who can hit me back. And Goku will be like, hey, I've met someone who can take me down in one hit. Let's go. I want to beat him. That would be a great friendship. Sorry.
Well, it's kind of like that. I like that Maxi Mumble, or no, it's Mini Mumble, whatever it was. It's from that guy who does Maxi Mumble, Mini Mumble, Book of Biff, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. He's really funny. Chris.
Something.
I can't remember his name right now, and I'm not going to look it up. But
Sir so-and-so, we'll call him that.
But anyway, Chris, he did this one where you got this guy changing his name legally to Dragon Ball Z. And he's got a stack of papers next to him, and his buddy looks at him and says, what are you doing? And he says, I'm changing my name to Dragon Ball Z legally. And his buddy says, wow, that's a lot of paperwork. And initially you might expect him to say, yeah, there's over 9,000. But no, he stops and looks up and goes, you're telling me this isn't even my final form. Which, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, I guess that's funny. But see, I never really got into Dragon. Yeah, her brother, my son, is obsessed with Dragon Ball Z still. But I mean, I barely know Dragon Ball Z. I don't know it that well.
It's too fighty.
I mean, it's okay. I got into anime really deep for just a short amount of time.
Dragon Ball Z abridged. It's funnier.
I actually brought a lot of my game group, my role-playing game group, into role-playing game or into anime.
Yep, and then you fell out of it.
And then I fell out. I mean, mind you, there's one called Akira.
I've heard of it.
Especially if you can get the director's cut. It's really good.
I'd probably watch it when I'm older.
But it definitely would be an R-rated film. So don't watch it till you're older.
Don't watch it till you're older. And if you are older,
you can watch it.
Okay. If you're over the age of
18.
Yeah, if you're over the age of 18,
and can make your own decisions. Although I'm as a
whatever
parent,
middle-aged
reserving
your
my
thing is.
I'm reserving my thoughts on whether or not somebody can make their own decisions at the age of 18.
Meh.
But anyway, I guess biologically they do drive you nuts at 18, so that way you want to kick them out of the house and they want to leave the house. So
Yep.
it's all for the best. But that said, before we go really any further,
Way off topic.
yeah. But before we go much further on character stuff, I do want to plug the upcoming games that I have.
Oh yes, Halloween.
Halloween 3 is coming up. If they still haven't confirmed anybody yet, I don't think, and they still haven't scheduled anybody, and they still haven't.
They're still working on things.
They're still working on some stuff. So I'm gonna, and then I'll
attend some Halloween.
and I also have to apologize for my belly all over the place in that live stream, that live cast I did of Chickens in the Mist. I kind of next time I'll just turn off the camera. But anyway,
he was standing up most of the time.
Yeah, I try to stay standing.
As a tip for a game master, like if you're brand new to being a game master, definitely stand up unless there's things that say like if you can't stand up, don't. But like definitely stand up because that helps you project your voice. And kind of helps you hear your other players.
Well,
unless your players are mumblers.
And you can also use your body to shape yourself into your non-player characters.
Yeah. And we can talk about that, like how to play an NPC well.
Yeah, we definitely can touch on that as well. And there'll be future videos about that as well.
Yeah.
But upcoming events, I will be
Chickens in the Mist.
Running Halloween 3. I'll be running on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Well, provided everything goes through and everybody can sign up for it.
Everything comes out in the wash.
But Chickens in the Mist, which is you guys are a bunch of high school students and you are going out to expose an illegal cockfighting ring at a chicken ranch.
Yeah.
And the twin brother of the cockfighting ring owner, he's a geneticist who's been working on poultry. So what can go wrong? But yes, it does need to be.
I am traumatized by you. I'm slightly traumatized by that game. Seeing as the first time we played it, my character lost her eyeball, and I keep playing her in every game. I'm just in love with her.
What do you love about her?
I don't know. I think it's just a combination of two of my favorite mystery solving girls. Nancy Drew. She got the smarts of Nancy. Like some of the stuff of Nancy, but she's mainly inspired by Franny Fisher from Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Okay.
If you can watch that show, watch the frick out of it. Season 2 is mediocre. Season 1 and the Christmas special for Season 2 are the best.
So, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing about characters is that you're going to find one that becomes almost your archetype, your template that you use again and again and again.
Yeah.
So that's Chickens in the Mist. I'll be running that on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. to kick off the whole thing. Thursday evening at 6 p.m. will be Harvey's Heroes. And I give my nod and tip my hat to Weird Al Yankovic for giving me the song Harvey the Wonder Hamster that sounds like a theme song to a Saturday morning cartoon.
We don't care.
We stole it flat out.
Oh, yeah, we stole it.
And
No, we didn't steal it. We're borrowing it.
We're stealing it, and we'll give it back as soon as he asks.
We're giving basically. We're helping people who play it. We're helping them understand basically the premise.
Although he does more than just run around on his hamster wheel.
Yes,
but
he's got the scarf and the hat.
Yeah, he's kind of got an aviator cap.
And if you play Harvey's Heroes, you'll get to see the wonderful art done by yours truly.
Her artwork on that makes those characters even pop.
I'm going to be redoing them though,
and I'm looking forward to the redos.
I don't like them.
Well, they were good for the time. They were good for the first ones. Friday night at 6 p.m. So that's Thursday, October 27th. Friday night, 28th. Oh, okay. Having issues with your tissues?
Yes, I don't need your socks all over my nose later.
Here.
Ah!
Just do that anyway.
As you can tell, we have a great relationship.
Anyway, so that's Thursday, October 27th. Friday, October 28th at 6 p.m. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm taking a chance. I'm probably going to record it as well, and maybe even live stream it. But I'm going to run a 4-hour stream of Dark Days of Neverland.
Which I hope to maybe participate in.
Well, we'll see because that is going to have pre-gens.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Florida Child will not be part
I
of the
can't make the
pre-gens.
Florida boy. There's a whole story behind him. I just basically this was my thought process. There's a croc in Neverland. I want to make a child who wants to wrestle it. I'm gonna make him a Florida man. No, and a Florida man raised in Australia. But wait, he lives in Texas. And just make him the most crack-headed child ever.
There you go.
Basically, Inosuke from Demon Slayer on crack. But not the whole.
Again, going into the anime section that I don't really know too well.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
The thing is, it's mainly teenagers.
Yeah.
It'll hit them because,
Yeah.
dude, when COVID happened, all the not weeb kids started becoming weebs. No one can say otherwise because COVID really made us become weebs.
Yeah, when you push an anime fan down the stairs, you get a tumbleweed.
Yes, I told that one. Actually, I can tell you later. We're getting too off topic.
No, that's good. And then my fourth game I'm going to be running is Saturday night at 6. I'm going to be running Moon at the Edge of Oblivion.
Oh.
And that's a sci-fi. It can be pretty crazy. Now, upcoming, I do have some other games, though, that I'm going to be playing in. Now, I've played a bit in Titan Effect, and I named my character Crazy Harry Callahan.
Crazy Harry.
He's a combination of Crazy Harry from The Muppet Show and Harry Callahan from Dirty Harry. So, but he was an explosives expert, and I was trying to blow up everything. It was fun.
Did you have impulsive?
I can't remember.
You should make sure you have impulsive. If you don't, switch one of your hindrances for impulsive.
Let's see.
Oh, excuse me.
Apparently, people are starting to get their product or their product stuff from for the superhero, the superhero or the superpowers companion for Suede, and again characters in. Well, okay, there's a good character question.
Yep.
This is the main thing between Marvel versus DC.
Mm.
Let's take two characters that fill a similar role in their universes.
Okay.
Batman
and Iron Man.
Would you say Iron Man? Well, they're probably very analogous, but Spider-Man's more of the in a lot of ways more of the Batman of the Marvel universe.
Spider-Man is if Batman didn't go emo.
But
hold on, I'm just gonna type that one down.
Batman, DC characters on the whole are more about the hero and less about the person under the cape. Whereas Marvel characters are more about the character under the cowl than they are, or under the mask, than they are about necessarily the hero. I mean, I read, admittedly, more Marvel comics growing up than DC comics, but of course I had to get in on the Death of Superman series and collected quite a few of those ones. Although I didn't get the cool black cover with the bloody red S, I got the second version of it that had Superman's cape flying on a pole stuck into the ground and stuff. I had all the comics leading up to that, and I had all the comics just after that, and I like both.
Same. But of course, there are some things that you like more about one thing than the other.
Yeah, and okay, here's another case where a flaw, because we were talking earlier on her stream.
Yes, I stream on Twitch. Since I'm subscribed to him, I can just be like, "Hey, yo, here's my Twitch." I stream on Fridays.
I'd like to actually put in, I'll maybe put in the comments. A link to her Twitch stream, but I should probably do a Twitch stream too occasionally. But occasionally I'll play video games.
Yeah, occasionally. I'm planning to get him to do Valheim with me and streaming it. Yeah,
maybe I'll run a server or something on my computer. But anyway,
hey, you too. Don't make me come over there. I will eat your toe beans. I will eat your toe beans, and I'm not letting you eat my dishes. That's disgusting.
Oh, she'd love them.
Yeah, I know. She's disgusting. She's a trash panda in a dog's body.
But But I think there's a thing to each style of character.
Yeah. Well, Marvel's definitely more on the light side. DC's more on the dark side.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Most of their characters are more darker themed, and most of the Marvel characters are more lighter themed. Like, even if they have basically the same backstory, one's a bit more lighter than the other.
Yeah.
Unless
DC
you
does
count,
go.
the actual dark characters.
Yeah. So, also, I also wanted to plug that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to do that. Anyway, I plug that I'm going to be doing 4 games, so 16 hours of game mastering. At
I would not like that.
well, it's over 3 days.
Okay, fair.
At SaltCon coming up in the spring of 2023. So March 2nd through the 5th, I will be in Davis County at the Davis Conference Center up in Layton, Utah. Or if you're from Utah, it's Layton. But up in Layton, I will be running 4 games there. The same Harvey's Heroes. That'll be Thursday at 6 p.m. Friday at 1 p.m. I'll be running Chickens in the Mist. So I've kind of swapped those two. And then Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm going to get up early and get there. I'm going to run Moon at the Edge of Oblivion. But then at 4 p.m. I'm going to run Teen Crush.
Oh, go.
And then, I don't know, I might maybe, because that'll put me down at 8 p.m. But, in the near future, I think I might run The Case of the Doping Dolphin.
That's a good one. I've played it. I've played most of these games that he's running. I have not done Moon at the Edge of Oblivion, but I've done Teen Crush, Chickens in the Mist, and Harvey's Heroes. I've also done just It's Toon Time. I need to draw that character I played. I loved playing her.
Which one?
I don't remember her name. It's been so long, but she was a fox.
Oh.
And she did not, with most, Saturday morning cartoons, the fox, a female fox, is always depicted as the sexy thing. But the character I was playing would only pull out the sexy card if it was, if she's going into, a club. Like when we played that one game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she's dressed in, a suit. And she's got her hair up in a bun. She's got glasses. She's very, don't look at me. I am a small little thing. Don't.
Well, see, and that's
I
the
just thought
thing.
it'd be funny to switch the trope.
Yeah.
Instead of being
That's
foxy.
a good way of making a good character.
I'm staying away. Playing into the more actual fox, because foxes are introverts. Seriously.
Well, that's one of the things.
Don't come near me. They will fight you.
One of the things is that you have.
It's just a chew toy.
Okay. Probably shouldn't let them have ones like that anymore because that's just swallowing plastic. But anyway, but that's the thing is that sometimes
definitely look at tropes that have already been set and maybe you put a flip on.
Yeah, well, that's why you want to look at things like TV tropes.
Oh yes.
TV tropes is a really great place to find a trope and then throw it on its head. Yeah. Or if you're not throwing it on its head, lean into it.
Yeah.
Either way makes a good character. Like one of the games I'm going to be playing and coming up soon is Big Apple Sewer Samurai, which is just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the serial numbers filed off. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing an FBI agent who knew about the T-Tech or what, and he's now fighting with the sewer samurais. And he looks, got the big old aviator sunglasses on and the mustache.
Oh, I love him.
And
I love him already.
His name is Red Rockwell.
I love him already.
And in his downtime, he likes to paint. And the way he likes to paint is he thinks he's trying to be Jackson Pollock all over again. So he throws paint at the canvas, and he listens to classical music. Although he knows that there's a classical composer named Mozart, he knows there's a classical composer named Beethoven, and he knows there's a classical composer named Bach, and he can't tell you who anybody is.
I like him.
But when he's out on the street, he listens to the Beastie Boys, and he listens to Sabotage. which if you've seen the music video for that,
I love him.
that's him.
I love him.
Yeah, Cochise. But
Cochise.
oh yeah, Cochise is an old Indian name, American Indian name.
I heard like CO dash cheese.
Yeah.
Cochise.
Yep. But yeah, so that's kind of. We
didn't even really talk about characters.
We did to a degree, but we
Well.
talked about what I'm doing. We just chatted.
Yeah.
So, you say that these characters are your favorites.
I say a lot of characters are my favorites, but that's because I'm like, I love all of them. But like, if I had to pick a character like I've created just straight up, it's probably gonna have to go to my Green Fox boy.
Okay.
Because originally I just made him as a bad guy. There was no thoughts behind it. I was just like, well, I need a bad guy for this story, so let's make him. And then I've added to him, like he went from just a bad guy to now he's a former god, but his powers taken away by time-traveling scientists. And he only, literally, if someone tried to befriend him, he would say no and start insulting them. He does not care for humanity. Because when he was going through that whole scientist from the future kidnapped me, his sister got the good parts of life. He was only tortured and used as an experiment.
Okay,
so he could survive what they wanted to put both of them through. She was just too brainless.
Yeah. Well, here's the question though. As this is a gaming podcast,
yes,
or video cast or cast,
when I turned him into a playable character, no,
he couldn't be a playable character.
Even because if there was if there was a hindrance that I could use for him, because he does. Like, he distances himself as much as possible.
Yeah.
But that would not be a fun character to play.
And then you get characters like Paul Atreides. They would not be a fun character to play either.
If anything...
Maya, go walkies with the boy.
The character I have named...
Go walkies.
Nephi.
With the boy. Huh?
A character I have named Nephi. He would be fun to play.
Maya, go walkies with the boy.
Go!
Go on. Do I need to get up and kick your bum?
We'll both do it.
Come on. Go walkies with the boy.
I really feel like Nephi would be more fun to play as, like, with Ragnarok. He's already at the top of his character sheet, basically. He's basically, like, for those who only do D&D, he's already, Ragnarok's a level 20 character.
Or better. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that you don't ever want to make a character that is...
Unless it's Mr. Wizardly. If you watch Dingo Doodle's Fool's Gold, you know. If you don't, I'm so sorry, you're missing out.
But I don't think I'd ever want to make a character who's already at the top of their game. There's nowhere to go.
Well, I mean there is some character arc for him right now, but that's...
When you create a character and they've already been the most successful general of the neighboring kingdom and they've already won all the wars, where else do you have to go?
Yeah, unless it's like the retired guy. You figure out what to do with your life.
Yeah. And, that's why there is that aged hindrance or the elderly hindrance in Savage Worlds. Yeah. You can play a character who's definitely past their prime physically. Yeah. They have a few more skills because they've learned a lot more, but they are definitely...
This is a new adventure for them, basically. They've not done something like this.
Yeah.
But, Ragnarok would not be fun to play as a character. Another character I've redesigned him. He would actually be fun.
Uh-huh.
Because I can give him the hindrance delusional. Because in his story, he was just your average Joe, basically. Well, he was a rich kid.
Okay.
And some other kids who were richer didn't like him. And so, they tried to subtly just get him off the popular kid radar for years. Didn't work. So, out of pure jealousy, they chucked him off a boat after tying his feet up. And then tossed him into the water. Let him drown.
Yeah.
He's still alive, but that's because a sea serpent was like, hey, yo, I can help you, but you gotta help me. So he went from, I'm a sweet boy, to, I hate my life. Yeah. And basically the character arc that I'm building with him is he's learning how to adapt with this serpent in his body that's keeping him alive. And he can hear it. So he would have delusional, or whatever it is. It is delusional, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
delusional.
he would have that as a hindrance. But the only reason why I have him as I distance myself from other people is because he's like, this snake could take over and kill the people I connect with.
Okay.
So when he does connect with someone, it's a moment of, I feel like you could take me down if the snake did something bad. Like if I lost complete control.
Okay.
That person can take me down.
Okay.
Those are the people he connects with. People he sees as strong both physically and mentally.
Okay. So
He would be a fun character to play because we could, with other players, you can make, like if I was playing him in an actual game, I could make a connection with maybe the entire party. And he sees them as someone who can take him down if he loses it.
Okay.
I mean, in the end, like later on in life, in his story, he does boot the snake out, but he's not the same because I say so. But he would be a fun character to play. Like if I played him in a story, I would probably have him maybe 2 or 3 months after getting used to being a whole new individual.
Okay.
Like pre him having his tattoo parlor, because he has that in the story.
Well, see,
But
that's where role-playing games are kind of nice, is that you get to find out where this character goes, and the story happens because of the character, and the character changes because of the story.
yeah, like I don't want just like your classic rogue. I don't want that. Like I love playing a classic rogue. I love it. But what I do is with the classic rogue is that I start making them break out in jokes and start breaking that cliche up. I start fiddling with it. I wiggle it around. I make them go from I hate everybody to I love my party. I love the people I'm connected with. If something bad happened to them, no god could defeat me.
Yeah.
I love doing that. Because it helps show how much that character's improved from emotional wreck and, distant to not much of an emotional wreck. I mean, if you're playing any character, that character's going to be an emotional wreck forever.
Well, and that's the thing, is you got to make it so your character, they might come out bad.
Yeah, you don't know.
In the end,
it's a moment of, I just created this cool character and I have a nice backstory. Let me toss you into the wild.
So anyway, I'm starting to get tired. It's pretty late at
I am
night.
too. We could do another episode talking about characters.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to talk about. I think next stream on my Twitch, I'm going to be talking with my friend about the failure of the Warrior Cat series. That is. Here's a tip for writing stories: don't repeat the same process over and over and over. It's like Shakespeare's comedies.
Well,
Found one thing that worked and tried to do it over and over and over and over.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Well, I'm going with the Shakespeare abridged.
Yeah, complete works of Shakespeare abridged. They do make that accusation.
Like, it's the same thing with Warriors. It's clans are in danger. Clans need to unite. Oh, here's some small drama going on. But clans need to unite. Big bad thing happens. Clans unite. There's peace for like a couple months, and then they're back at each other's throats. In the next series. In the next season. It's stupid. It's repetitive. There's so many wasted good characters.
So, there you go.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
I will comment on this, my Twitch. Just like my normal Twitch account, so you can follow me.
I think I've yawned enough times to say that it's bedtime.
And I definitely need to hit the hay, too, because I'm getting a little tired.
So.
And I wasted so much energy streaming.
And you're going to be hitting the NyQuil tonight.
Oh, heck yeah. Give me that stuff. Bro, NyQuil's amazing.
I might cancel going to class tomorrow. I don't want to. And if I have to cancel going to class tomorrow because of being sick.
Don't tell me you're getting it.
I might be getting some stuffy nose has been going on. But then again, I squirt out my nose every night.
Yeah, he does. Can't confirm.
It's pretty crazy, but Neil Med is the stuff that I use.
I think Paul did bring home a cold, but it's Walmart cold. That's what I called it. Like, it's not you're aching everywhere. No, it's like you're gonna be down for
A couple days.
Maybe, or a couple hours. Like Harold was fine, Mom was fine, you're fine. It hit me like a brick.
Yep. So we'll see what happens.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
So anyway, thank you guys. I know that nobody tuned in tonight. I don't think we ever had anybody on, but
Hey, it's still fine
It's
because
okay,
with YouTube, they can watch it back.
yeah,
I still need to figure out how VODs work on Twitch.
yeah.
I have a lot of things for Twitch I need to figure out.
Yep. So anyway, remember we're gaming for good,
Gaming for good.
and ACE stands for Achieve, Create,
Create and
Entertain.
entertain.
So Acers, farewell. We'll
Be
see you next
seeing
time.
you.
Yeah, be seeing you. We should start doing that.
Yeah!
I think that's our salute. We're gonna steal that from the prisoner. Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.